Hello, I am Miguel Peña, and today I'm going to explain my opinion about the concept of blank slate and my point of view as a teacher. First of all, I would like to say I disagree with this concept because I think people are not empty, and children in their childhood are not empty too. They are not moldable like a toy. So, I will mention the Mr. Pinker's work more specifically in chapter 19 when he explained about some laws that affect the behaviors in childhood. So, in the first law, we have behavior because of genes or genetics. This first law explained that people have default behaviors as if by nature they have similar tendencies to their family. So we can see, even without some studies, that children have some behaviors too similar to their parents. Even in our self perception, we can see, I don't know, some actions like touch or I don't, for example, touch my noise uh, all the time, and my dad did do all the time. So, yes, this first law represents the 50% of studies statistics of behaviors. I do not agree with the percentage because, well, I'm going to explain that in the next. And second, we have family environment and nurture. These one represent by Mr. Pinker's work in this chapter and some studies the 10%. And I do not agree with this percent. Well, the nurture is vital in order to not create but develop the personality. I would like to mention Mr. Fukuyama because we can see the inner self at home, and the real personality is developed at home. We can see why a child is shy, extroverted, why he's rude. We can see too many aspects because of the environment at home. And some situations that affect a child in the rest of his life. For example, I would like to mention the theory of Freud, which is the Oedipus and Electra complex. That's it. That is that's a personality disorder. I'm going to explain what is that. Is when a boy needs all the time to her mom because her mom did protective envelope in all his childhood. So he create or he developed a exaggerated love to his mom, and when he will be an adult, he's going to looking for her personality in his couples. So that's a problem. That's a social problem, and that problem is created or developed at home. So we can't say that these disorders are at 10% of a variation of behaviors. And Electra is the same, but with a dad and a girl. And we have the third law, which is social context, uh, by Mr. Pinkers and the studies in the chapter. It represents the 50% of the variety in the statistics, and I totally agree. I think when we were born, we were in a context, we were in a culture, we were in a place which has uh, its own way to talk, its own way to think, even the political position. So social context is vital. Is 50% in the chapter, but I think it is almost 60%. Okay, so now now that I explained the loss and my position this loss, I'm going to explain my position about the concept as a teacher. So my main idea and my position is that we have to understand the loss, or almost we have to try to understand why our students are like this, why they are in this way, why why, why are they in Medellin, why are they in Bogota, what are some problems that we can find. There are too many aspects that we have to try to understand. No, maybe no genes aspects, but the family environment too important. For example, when a child is depressed, it is not because genes. Maybe it could be because social context and uh, environment at home. But you, you can see it is not too easy. But as teachers, we have to try to understand because we are not robots. We are not Chat GPT. We teach more than our subjects. We are more than just explain English, mathematics, chemic, and it is too important. It's too important to try. Almost try, try, try. We can get it. We cannot, but try because they are not moldable. They are people. And I'm going to mention Mr. Fukuyama in this time again because with isothemia, we can see them as equals. They are students, and I am the teacher. And there is not a wall, but yes, there is a line between me and them. Does not mean that they are the same. We can see them as equals, but they are not the same. Each of them have different aspects and different situations that we have to try because I think it's very important the relation between a teacher and students in order to create a very good process. But it can entails consequences if we talk with one by one and try to understand a child and another and another and and a and a child who is from Barranquilla and he don't care about Bogota, it could entail individualism. Again, Mr. Fukuyama concept. It is a problem. It breaks the society in a thousand of pieces. We have to promote the collective work. Yes, the individual person is important because the rest is not going to be there all the time, and we have to do so many actions, so many decisions by ourselves. But as teachers, we cannot say that individualism is a perfect position. We have to promote a collective work. Understanding the situation and why the behaviors, why is the behavior happening. And we have challenges, some challenges in that process to understand the situation of children. 20 or 30 students per course. So imagine talk to, I don't know, 80 students and try to understand anything. Too difficult. And it brings us to the next, which is teachers are not Jesus Christ. That's a sentence that the teacher's Toro, the professor's Toro, said in a class. We are not perfect. We cannot save all our students and try to understand all. But but is we have to have another perspective. We have not. We can't moldave one by one. If if in a family it is a 10% by the studies and Mr. Pinker, why us or how us are going to moldave 80 students? It is impossible, but we can try to understand. It is a very important position. We are not Jesus. It is true. It is true. And it's a good sentence. But we can do more than we are more than a teacher. We are person with our personality and we have to try. I think that's my main idea, my position. We have to try to understand. A relation between a teacher and their students, uh, his students, is very, very important to a process. And these laws are very, very important. There are challenges, there are consequences, but we have the responsibility as teachers in order to create a better society, a better collective work, which is a problem nowadays. So that's my position, that's my thoughts, and now I want to know yours. Bye.